So hi everybody. First of all, I want to thank Father Lindner, my mother's pastor in Wausau, for making a video like this. And I thought, oh, I should make one like this too for the people at St. James. So thanks for the good example, Father Tom. So behind me, I'm in a cold church. It's cold because we turn the heat off to save some money while it's not in use, but mainly it's cold because it's empty. And I remember about a month and a half ago, I have a friend in Hong Kong, and he told me that they canceled all the masses in Hong Kong, and I was so puzzled that that was even a possibility, you know. And here we are in Eau Claire, Wisconsin now. And for the sake of really the safety and the health of our people, Bishop Callahan and bishops throughout our country have canceled masses. So I wanted to just share a little time with you. In the midst of this, how do we love one another? And ironically, in a way that feels strange, we sometimes now are called to love one another by staying apart from one another to ensure public safety. I have a dear, dear friend with an intellectual disability who is a young adult, and I'm in the habit of visiting fairly often. And because of a medication she takes, she's immune suppressed. And you know, her family and I decided together today, yeah, you shouldn't really visit during this time. It kind of breaks your heart because you wanna be with people, and yet the loving thing to do sometimes is not to be with people. And that's the situation we're at now. I heard a few things on the news that I thought were impressive to me. 4 to 5 people in China who caught the coronavirus caught it from someone who did not know that they had the virus. And so the advice of the doctor they were interviewing was to live your day as though you have the virus and keep appropriate distance, wash your hands, do the bump instead of the shake, you know. They're acts of love that we try to do. In the meantime, we don't want to be a fearful people. As baptized Christians, we believe that the risen Christ reigns, you know, and we know that love casts out fear, and there can be so much fear that spreads, and panic and hoarding. I went to the grocery store last week just to get some broccoli, and I do buy, you know, junk food too, but I was actually buying broccoli that day, and this older woman came out in a walker, you know, and she kind of looked up a little bit, and I thought, hey, hello, good afternoon, how are you doing? And she said, good. They have toilet paper today, you know, so that made her day. But we heard the stories of people that were just kind of hoarding stuff, and that's not great for the common good either. And so as best you can, just take a breath to remember the meaning of life as Christians. The meaning of life is not to secure our lives, it's to give our lives away. It's not measured by how much we have, or how safe we are, even how healthy we are, but how fully we've loved. You know, and love casts out fear. So while we're cautious, we also need to be a loving people. Never forget that. We don't want to lose our souls in the midst of being afraid, right? A couple things that we're doing in the parish. We're going to live stream the Mass on Saturdays on this YouTube channel, and 4:30, regular Saturday Mass time, and then I believe you can go, I've never done this stuff before, so then I believe it'll be posted on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. You can watch it anytime afterwards. I will be celebrating Mass myself, alone, privately, and it seems like an odd thing. I never thought of doing a private Mass. Without you, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And yet I found the 2 that I've done so far deeply meaningful as I hold all you and your desire to be with Christ at Mass and in the Eucharist in my heart. So I'm very well aware of that. I'm praying for you, and I know that I'm drawing you into communion with that prayer, as well as the daily intention for the Mass that we have at our Masses. Confessions, Sunday at 10, since we don't have Mass, I thought all of your confessions, Sunday at 10, so I'll be in the back of church there in the reconciliation room. And by appointment, if you feel we need to make a confession, just give a call. At this point, the core staff does come to work, so the offices should be open. They have their phone numbers on their voicemail if you need to get a hold of them outside of the office as well. I know I check my email often if you need to get a hold of me. Letters. Everybody got a letter who's a parishioner. All the things that are going on, all the ways we're trying to reach out. Our staff met for like 2 hours plus on Wednesday. You know, it's a crisis in a lot of ways. It's a health crisis. A lot of people are hurting economically. It's certainly an economic crisis. It's also a pastoral crisis. How can we reach out? We said a lot of people who on our staff who maybe don't have their usual ministry to do, we can use their time and their hours to reach out in other creative ways. Kelly is going to try to find faith enrichment things. You can communicate through the internet in other ways. Jackie, Beth, Mary, and Kelly to some extent as well will be using the telephones just to check in with people, see how people are doing. We've already had way more people who have asked how they can help others in the parish than people have said that they would like help. So we sent out these letters, especially to our most senior members, saying if you need any help, we got a lot of people that want to help you. So please don't be shy. You'd actually be doing a favor to us if you called in and said, I could use someone to bring me groceries. And I could use someone for this, because we have those someones with generous hearts who want to help. So, hi. I want to just close with a prayer in terms of song. It's a song our choir has been preparing for the Easter Vigil. It's a song I learned during my sabbatical in the fall. Within our darkest hour, within our darkest night. I'll just sing it through twice. It's a repetitive song. You can look it up on YouTube. It's a Taizé chant. I find it very meaningful during challenging times. So I'll just sing it through twice, and that'll be our prayer. Let us pray. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, that never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, that never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, that never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, that never dies away. Peace be with you.